So let's deselect everything. And the trick you want to do here, let's select, face select. Another thing you can do, instead of box selecting, we can hit the C key. And if we hit the C key, there's a little circle that comes around our cursor. And you can scale that circle up or down. And what it is inside that circle, anything you hit will be selected if you right click. So if you right click, you can select all these. Just hold down your right mouse button and you can select all these. Now if you hold down the middle mouse and scroll over it, it will erase those. Okay, so in case you went like this, I'll use middle mouse and get rid of those. And if you right click, it takes away that circle and puts you back into the regular mode. All right, so let's go ahead and we want to add another object here. So let's go ahead and hit our space bar and we want to snap the cursor to the selected. So that'll put our cursor right in the middle of that geometry we selected. Okay, so let's go ahead and Shift A. And when you do that in edit mode, you get with a little bit of a different menu here. We want to add another cube. Okay, so we go ahead and scale this on the, actually let's go ahead and, before we do that, let's go ahead and turn this back on here so we can see where we're at. We'll grab this on the Z axis. Let's pull it down to about where we want it, right about there. And we want to scale this on the Z axis. So we'll go ahead and scale that down a little bit. We want a little bit of this sticking up at the top, so let's go ahead and grab that on the Z axis again. So a little bit of that handle sticking out the top. Scale it on the Z again. It's just fine tuning to what you like. Okay, let's go ahead and hit 7 button. That's actually not too bad. We want it a little bit thinner. So let's go into 7, top view. Let's go ahead and scale that on the Y. Let's give it a little bit thinner. Okay, I think that'll work. All right, so another thing we want to do here is, this is going to be the head of our axe here. So let's go ahead and select this back face here. And what we want to do is a hatchet or an axe has that little bit of a, I believe it's like a counterbalance coming out. So we want to go ahead and model that. So let's go ahead and hit the E key. So if you hit the E key and you can extrude out, but if you hit the E key and then you follow it directly with a right click, notice how it doesn't extrude. But there is a new face there. So now what we can do is that new face we created, we can hit scale and we can hit Y. Give us a little bit of a thing here. So it's a little bit smaller. Let's go ahead and scale. Let's go ahead and scale on the Z also. Just a little bit. Okay. And now if we extrude again, pull out a little bit of a smaller face. Okay. All right, so that would make the back of the axe, just a basic axe. So let's go ahead and select this face here. Now this one, let's go into front view again. Let's do that same trick. We'll do extrude. We'll right click. Now this one we want to scale on the Y axis. Just a little bit. Oh, something a little bit too much. Just a little bit. Scale on the Y. And then we'll accept it. Now we'll go into front view and we'll extrude out. Let's take it about where we want our front of our axe, maybe our hatchet or whatever this is. Right about there. Now let's go ahead and scale this on the Z axis and then make it the size we want our hatchets. Maybe something like that, maybe. Okay, so far so good. Let's go down here, vertice select again. All right. Now we're going to bring this together to make a sharp edge, but we do not want to do that before we add some more cuts, because then we cannot add any more cuts, because when these two are met we can't add any more cuts for some more a little bit more definition to our axe. So let's go ahead and do Control R. Let's add maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 cuts. That'd be probably good. Just put them right in the middle. Now what we can do is let's grab, hit the Alt, right click. I'm sorry, Alt, yeah, right click, and Shift Alt right click. Okay, so then we'll grab those 2 faces, and we want to scale those on the Y, and let's just go ahead and hit 0, and then accept it. And now notice that makes us a sharp edge here. All right, but now what happened is since we had 4 vertices and we compressed them down to 1 spot, we still have 4 vertices, but 2 of them are on top of each other. So what we can do over in this menu here is if we go down, and this key right here, remove doubles, and then at the top it says remove 2 vertices. So now we've eliminated some of our geometry, which is what we wanted, because we didn't want just 2 vertices sitting on top of each other. All right, so basically that's it. That would be a axe there.